Hey everyone, welcome back to another fun-filled podcast adventure. Hooray, my name is Midnight Mike. Hey, yo to everyone out there. Cretched is over there on screen, Jingle Bingle.
I hate this place. Nothing
It is Jingle Bingle
here.
time.
The medications don't work.
I guess we could do a show on Wednesday, but we're not doing that.
No, we're not doing it. I need some time off. I gotta spend time with the family, specifically my wife, and not do work. I'm currently on call for work, and I'm doing the podcasts. And you wouldn't imagine there'd be a lot of people at work doing stuff, but there are, causing issues, sounding alarms, and so still doing that.
Requesting access to things they shouldn't have access to.
Yeah, it's basically like last Friday night I was helping a guy work through his VPN and SSH issues. And it's like, it's Friday night, guy. I get it, but you want to work hard, but it's also the holidays. People kind of expect you not to do so much around this time of year. So, But he's an overachiever, so much needed break coming up. And this is the last show of the year. Yeah.
It is a disappointment.
It's a disappointment for people out there who like the show, but it's a break, and we will be back, I believe, on the week of the 10th of January. At least I'll be back. Cretched might do some intermittent shows with Joe, maybe Chris 23. It's totally up to him. Totally up to him.
I've committed to nothing at this point, but
Okay, good.
Like I said, Joe and I talked about it. His availability does not align with mine, and vice versa. So most likely, if there's another show, I might sneak one in that weekend of the 3rd. So we're at least looking 2 weeks out.
Okay. Well, whatever you feel like you want to do, that's up to you, obviously. We all deserve a break. We put a lot of effort and time into this show. We've been fairly consistent, at least for 2025 when it comes to doing shows and cranking out content. So I think people would be understanding, I think. Yeah, sure.
Well, and also during the holidays, people are traveling. People are doing other things. Even if you're not traveling, you've got people visiting or what. There's a lot going on. So we've seen viewership and listenership drop off.
Numbers are down during that time, just in general.
Yep.
They are. So numbers are down. Morale is down.
Morale is in free fall across all departments.
Yeah, especially during Christmas. People are stressed out over money, presents, traveling, family. So, yeah, morale is down. Yeah.
The vibes have never been worse.
Yes, that is correct.
Why do they have background music behind that?
I think they are trying to punch it up. I think they are trying to punch up the fact that vibes are down.
The vibes have never been worse.
Morale's down. Vibes never been worse. So, but to kick things off, we do have some news stories for everyone out there. We're going to do as normal a show as possible, given, however normal the world is, that's the show we're going to do. But to kind of kick things off, it is the season of Christmas and holidays and jingling and bingling. Cretched wrote a terrific Devo-inspired 12 Days of OBDM. We'll play just a segment of it, and the full song will be at the end of the audio podcast on your audio-only podcast. They'll be at the end right there. Here's just a little sample of it. Here it is. I love the drums in this. I love the vibe. It embodies everything that we're about here.
First day of jingle bingle, OBDM sent to me a jetpack full of feces. Second day of jingle bingle, OBDM sent to me 2 black helicopters and a jetpack full of feces. Third day of jingle bingle, OBDM sent to me 3 UFOs, 2 black helicopters and a jetpack full of feces. Fourth day of jingle bingle, OBDM sent to me 4 Ohio grassmen, 3 UFOs, 2 black helicopters and a jetpack full of pieces. Fifth day of jingle bingle, OBDM sent to me 5 aliens, 4 Ohio grassmen, 3 UFOs, 2 black helicopters and a jetpack full of pieces.
there's 3 more terrific minutes of that song that people can listen to at the end of this show. It's fantastic. All 12 days of Jingle Bingle right there. And you did say you had something else in the works there. You just couldn't get it done.
Well, it's tough to get these things to align, both to sound decent, but also to get the right level of OBDM nonsense in there. So I'm working on a version of Last Christmas, but I'm calling it Last Shitmas.
No,
and it's in process. If I get it done before Christmas, I will just post it in the Discord.
Yeah, people would like that.
But it's a work in progress. It was not where I wanted it this morning, so.
I did a little something before the show. I was like, hey, what if this company just used a song and appropriated it like for Christmas? Like, hey, that's ours now. So here's my little parody, little Christmas spirit song. Here we go.
Taco Bell, Taco Bell, taco all the way. Oh, what fun it is to bite in a late night drive-through lane. Hey, Taco Bell, Taco Bell, taco all the way. Oh, what fun it is to bite in a late night drive-through lane. Dashing to the...
See, why hasn't Taco Bell used Jingle Bells before? Can they just not get the rights? I'm assuming it's still owned by somebody. Maybe not. Is it public... in public commons at this point?
No, it's not. And that's the weird thing about these Christmas songs. Most of the Christmas songs that we know, the traditional Christmas songs that you know growing up, and all, they're from like the 30s and 40s and 50s. They are still well under copyright. They are very closely guarded. You can do covers of them. You can do your renditions of Jingle Bells. But you can't publish that without getting your pantsuit off. So it is interesting. Like I ran into the same thing with the 12 Days of Christmas. I was like, surely this song is easy to just do covers of. No, yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on as far as like trying to get a proper cover built through AI, because they all scan all the libraries now. So
I was facing the same challenges with Jingle Bells. It was like it was trying to find like a live version or a karaoke version. It takes a lot of effort to rip somebody off, people, and we spend a lot of time trying to plagiarize people. It takes a lot of effort.
Well, it's not plagiarization. if you've changed the lyrics,
you're right.
If you've changed the melodies, if you've changed the style, that's a cover. That is 100% legit. It's just all these automated services scan against their existing catalogs and will reject anything that it finds or something it thinks that is adjacent to it or something like that. So that's difficult.
Well, I appreciate the effort you put in there. Hopefully everyone out there appreciates that as well. We are going to attempt to cover some news, have some fun. We'll take some calls later on. The final calls of 2025. We'll do a little drawbridge of donations to thank all the people out there. So why wait? Let's continue. Let me bring up my show level. Oh, the show leveler is going. All right. I like that. It's already going. Here we go. We're going to move on over and cover some hardcore Christmas information.
Bombshell, bombshell, bombshell.
Yeah, we got bombshell information right here, people. So we covered the Brown University shooting mystery last episode, and
they solved it. It's done.
It's
Case
done.
Closed. Shut up.
It's good. We're all good.
Case closed. Time to move on.
By the way, I don't know if you caught this. There was one of the many ridiculous press conferences they were doing during the investigation. At one point, I think it was a city official told people to shut up. I thought, this is a good look for open communication.
I didn't pull that clip, but I heard that too. He was complaining about people's conspiracy theories and all that stuff. Maybe I heard it on the No Agenda show. They played that there.
Well, I've not. I'm about an episode behind on that.
Yeah, so I think they played it there, and it's like, yeah, it's not a. Politicians typically shouldn't tell their constituents to shut up. It looks bad.
Well, especially when it's an ongoing investigation about which there's very little information being released. So they came out and said, "We don't have new information. Please stop asking questions. Shut up." Let me see if I can find that clip. But
yeah, if you can. So here's the update. This is posted a few hours ago. Actually, it was posted yesterday. But this is from Fox News, and there probably has been more developments since then. So authorities have identified the suspect in Saturday's mass shooting at Brown University, which left 2 students dead and 9 injured during the finals week review session, as the same man is believed to have carried out the murder of renowned nuclear scientists at MIT. So we just covered that story back to back. We saw Brown shooting, and I just talked about the MIT shooting. There was no obvious link between the two other than 2 people dead at renowned universities. That's about it. Oh, you can play it over there, Gretch, if you got it.
No, sorry. I'm trying to queue stuff up, and I've got things all jacked up right now.
So the shooter's name, who did this, is Claudio Manuel, according to the Providence, Rhode Island Police Department. He was found dead Thursday evening, authorities announced, as at a press conference, after law enforcement officers in tactical gear were seen outside a storage unit linked to him in Salem, New Hampshire. So this guy had his own storage unit. We don't know if he was living there or if we don't even know. It's been rumored that he lived in the basement of Brown University. So there's
all sorts of sketchy stuff here. Also, super convenient just linked this guy to both killings. And it's not like they happened on the same day, next door. It was like 5 days later.
It's very troubling. And it's also
you know where this guy's from?
Portugal.
And where are you going?
Portugal. And also, the MIT professor was also from Portugal. And I believe that this killer, they're telling us, also went to school with the MIT nuclear scientist. So something's going on here. And we also had Israel hyper-focused on this particular case at MIT, too. For what reason, we really don't know. They just they were focused on it. So there's a lot of shenanigans going on in the background. No one's being honest with us. We're not going to get the full story here. But nevertheless, this guy, Claudio, was 48 years old. He was a Portuguese national and studied at Brown University from the fall of 2000 to the spring of 2001 to study physics, according to Brown president Christina Paxton. But he went on for a leave of absence and ultimately withdrew in 2003. I wonder if there's some sort of physicist rivalry. Like these guys were partners growing up. Kind of like how Dr. Doom and Mr. Fantastic were kind of like scientific partners. And then they had that split, One became Dr. Doom and the other became Mr. Fantastic. And this guy is Dr. Doom.
Which of the 39,000 versions of Dr. Doom are you referring to? I'm
talking about the one we haven't seen yet, where Robert Downey Jr. is Dr. Doom in the movie next year. So,
But I did find that clip. If you want,
I do. I love it when my politicians tell me to shut up.
See if I can get this to timestamp appropriately. It should be at 30 seconds. It's just kind of in the middle of a comment, and then he just kind of goes on a rant here.
Oh. I like unhinged rants.
Active investigation. We don't know who did it. We don't know what motivated them. And speculation, particularly out on the internet, by people who have no idea what they're talking about.
This is Rhode Island
who
Senator
have no clue about what is happening. Is not helpful to the investigation. It gets people agitated and revved up, and it causes a lot of stupidity to cascade into tip lines that then law enforcement officials have to try to work through. There is simply no need from an investigative point of view for people who have no idea what they're talking about to offer their stupid and ill-informed views about what happened all over the internet. So I would please, just from a law enforcement perspective, ask anyone who sees this to just shut up.
Okay.
Until we know who did it and why.
It's always good when your government tells you to shut up. That's not the sign of an authoritarian government at all. No.
Well, especially because he said one of the things is like, then you have all these tips coming in. The police have to work through. Yeah, they hate that. Please don't call in with your tips because, according to the official narrative here, this was discovered by, or this was this crime that was, the case was broken by somebody who called in with a tip. So, yeah,
they want you to shut up.
Shut up.
They're looking for people to shut up and only do what they say. They only want good tips. That's it.
Shut up and blow.
No, I don't know. He just said, "Oh yeah, this."
Oh, shut up.
Yeah,
Shut up.
You shut up, everyone. I have so many shut up clips right here.
Shut your filthy, demonic, stinking mouth.
There we go. Yeah.
Shut that pig up.
I like that one. That's a good one. And what's this one?
Shut up, KKK.
Okay, that's a good one. Well, this guy, it's not like law enforcement killed him. It looks like, according to the reports, this guy may have taken his own life. We don't know.
Of course he did.
And but that's what they're saying, and it's a nice, easy wrap up. This guy cannot be questioned. He can't be interrogated. We won't know all his motives unless he wrote a manifesto. We have to go on the fact that this guy killed himself, and now it's going to be even a little bit more unresolved. But they wrapped it up nice and neat before the holiday season. Yeah.
Can't believe you committed suicide.
Yeah.
I cannot believe you committed suicide.
Mm-hmm.
How could you have done this? How could you have committed suicide? I can't help you out of this one, Jim.
Yep.
With all we've been through, goodbye, my friend.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yep. But it's all wrapped up now.
Well, it's that way everyone could take the holidays off.
They really had to wind this one up. They did.
Hey, blame it on the same guy who did the other guy. Yeah, that'll say we saw him in the building. Do you have footage of that? No, just say somebody saw him. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I really want to see the evidence to link the two.
Shut up.
It almost seems like the Brown University one maybe doesn't. What was yelled before the shooting? We were told something was yelled, but we don't know what was yelled. And
they yelled Epstein didn't kill himself. Maybe.
He said, I cannot believe Epstein committed suicide.
Can't believe you committed suicide.
Yeah. So
it was a study session, so I'd like to think it was they ran in to yell the answer to a question.
There's just a lot of weird stuff going on. But it's a Christmas miracle. They solved this one, and everyone can just move on with their lives, and that's fine.
Case closed.
Yep.
Time to move on.
Bonus points for tying the same guy to 2 crimes, and then he shoots himself 3 times in the back of the head in his storage locker somewhere.
Unknown how many times he may have shot himself. Unknown. But we can only assume it was a few. That's what they like to do.
2? Maybe 4?
If nothing else, we can say that this one aligned itself just like the the Vegas shooting, just like the one in Nashville, just like the where was the one where the gal went in and shot up the same school she went to as a kid, or he went to as a kid, or whatever was going on there. I don't know. When the narrative doesn't align with something, they bury it. First, they drag their feet for like 4 or 5 days, and then when they come out with something and it's like, this doesn't make any sense, and then they bury it, and the news will never talk about it again, and there will be some, court documents released in about 4 months, and that'll be the end of it.
What does it say about us? I'll talk about me, because I can't speak for really anybody else. What does it say about me that I don't trust what the authorities tell me? Even though I might, in general, agree with the authorities, like Cash Patel. I don't really trust what he's telling me about specific cases. But overall, as a person, I was optimistic about him taking that role in the FBI, or specifically like what happened with Brown University. I like the idea of law enforcement, and you want to trust them on a day-to-day basis, but I don't believe what they're telling me here. And it's hard for me to believe any of these things that they're saying. It's what does that say about me? Have I become too black-pilled, or am I just being practical? I don't know.
I think you, because of the circles in which you the circles you inhabit, the type of news you look for, the type of topics you enjoy discussing, whether it's something recent in current events or something from hundreds of years ago, your mind naturally looks for alternate explanations for things that don't quite seem to make sense. And when somebody comes out with a very neat and tidy package, in this case, way too neat and tidy to tie two crimes together that were not on the same day, they were not in the same building, all sorts of stuff there, your mind immediately goes to, this is very strange, this is odd, oh, look, and law enforcement is coming out every day and saying nothing. I think that just says that your mind goes to look for alternates because this doesn't quite align. You can't square this circle, so
maybe I'm
you look for alternates.
Maybe I'm too distrustful. Like I feel good inside for the most part. I don't feel black-pilled, but I'm just distrustful of the government narrative on much of these important topics. I'd be just as distrustful if and when they give any sort of UFO disclosure, because I have read too many books, and I think I know a little bit about the topic that they wouldn't give away everything. They wouldn't show all the cards there. And they would probably give just enough to hope satiate the public for people to say, okay, case closed, time to move on.
Case closed, time to move on.
And I think that's what they're doing in this next story that I will bring up here. But this next one almost seems like they're releasing this one intentionally in this way to make people upset. So let's talk about this one. And I'll bring this one up.
Also, shut up.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget to shut up.
Oh, shut up. You shut the fuck up, too.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry. You know what? There's a lot of cursing, and I apologize for that, people. This is
Run that one again. Let's see if I can catch it.
This is, hold on a sec. Oh, my God.
Oh, shut up. You shut the fuck up, too.
You're a little late.
Damn it.
You're a little late on the draw there. Hold on, let's try it again. Here, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, shut up. You shut the fuck up, too.
I think you got it that time. I think we're safe. That's the dump button over there. Okay. Well, here's the other unbelievable set of documents come out. Epstein bombshell documents released. Yes.
Bombshell.
Yes, half-naked Bill Clinton relaxes in hot tub and swims with mystery woman in slew of images from shocking new Epstein files. Yeah.
I've had enough problems without that one.
Yes, other images show Michael Jackson, Mick Jagger, Richard Branson, Kevin Spacey, and Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. I guess he's some English dude with that kind of name. You got to be English.
Prince Andrew Mountbatten. Prince Andrew.
Oh, that's Prince Andy. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Randy Andy, the guy who just got booted out of his palatial estate and made to move into the...
He's in the pool house now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's moved into the smaller mansion.
He's in the royal pool house.
You get the picture.
I think they call it like a hunting lodge, but it's like 8 bedrooms and all sorts of stuff.
So former President Bill Clinton can be seen cozying up to infamous sex predator Jeffrey Epstein in multiple pictures and newly released files and appeared alongside several unidentified women. The Department of Justice finally released the first tranche of long-sealed federal records on Epstein in 4 data sets at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday. What we're looking at here is it looks like they got Ghislaine Maxwell in the pool, Bill Clinton. It looks like an indoor pool, too. And then there's another woman whose face is completely blacked out. So I guess they're trying to protect these victims or something there.
Sort of. There's also been some release that, here's pictures of Epstein, here's pictures of Trump, here's pictures of whoever, and they black out some of the faces, and then you can just go online and find the exact same photo from some, event where they were all dressed up and, So some of this, to your point earlier about being a little skeptical, I'm a little skeptical of some of the stuff here that is censored, because I think by censoring it, the implication is that it's
salacious.
It's
and
more
wrong.
salacious than it is.
Yeah, maybe.
But then you go find like, no, they were at some sort of, fundraiser, some sort of whatever the heck it is. That's what these people do. And they take photos of people, there's 8 women and there's Clinton right there. And it's like, well, what was that event? So
now back to business.
I gotta get these notifications off my computer. And I thought I did this. I gotta silence notifications, people. This is insane. The way Apple is deciding just to, hey, let's just send notifications all the time. I don't want notifications. No.
Are these all the ones coming from your phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got to turn them off. Play sound notification? No sound. I don't need sound effects. I got enough. I don't need more for my phone. Thank you. So here, this article, obviously about Bill Clinton here, and he's there's a one where they're dressed in these weird shirts. It's Bill Clinton right next to Jeffrey Epstein. They're smiling there. It's quite the picture.
There's no question you screwed up.
And it says a partial dump forces in the daylight of substantial but incomplete official account of the disgraced billionaire's pedophile, his elect sex trafficking network, and his decades-long proximity to global powers. Thousands of PDFs linked led to pictures such as Bill Clinton relaxing with Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell in a pool and a mystery woman swimming in the pool. So people have been going through this over and over for the past, I would say, 24 hours and looking at this stuff. Here's a picture of Michael Jackson and President Bill Clinton. They look very happy, and I think that's Diana Ross, too, there as well. So Michael Jackson is being dragged into this, as crazy as that sounds, Gretchen. But it does happen. And people are searching the documents. They're on the FBI.gov site, and Trump's name is not coming up. Not as much as you would think. So they're accusing, I would say, the Democrats mainly, and liberal people, are accusing the current DOJ of scrubbing Trump's name from the Epstein files or blacking them out or redacting Trump's name and then releasing the files. So it only makes Clinton and some of these other celebrities look bad.
They should have done better.
Which, I can see. I can see Trump doing something like that. If it was confirmed that his name did appear in previous documents, where are those documents now? Are they covering something up? Are they in violation of the law that was passed? Well, maybe. But to go on with this article from The Sun, even in partial form, the release brings into public view core elements of the government's own investigative records, materials that had remained sealed for years amid intense public scrutiny and political pressure. More than 300 gigabytes of investigative material is set to be out in the open following a new federal law that left the Justice Department with no choice but to publish what it has held back for years. It lands two decades. It lands after 2 decades of secrecy and sweetheart deals that allowed Epstein to get out of jail and live a life of luxury after his conviction in 2007, 2008, until his death in 2019. Let's see here. And so it does fly in the face of what the DOJ said, that there's nothing here, there's no files, or it's all a Democrat hoax. It does make Trump look like a bit of a liar here, if not just an outright liar. There is stuff here. I can see why people put pressure on the DOJ and Trump, and probably even the Biden administration, not to release this stuff, because this makes the Rolling Stones look bad. How are they going to be able to tour?
Yeah, there's that photo with Mick Jagger.
And they blacked out this person's face in the center, so it does make it look worse than it is. Now, maybe they couldn't track down that person, which I find hard to believe. But this implicates Mick Jagger in some pretty bad things. Same with Michael Jackson. Although Michael Jackson already does have a pretty bad record. And the guy's dead. Mick Jagger, he's got to go on tour. And he's got mouths to feed at this point.
And Mick Jagger's going to live for another. He and Keith Richards, they'll both live for another 20 years.
I think Mick Jagger is 81. Keith is like 82 at this point, I think.
Let's see, Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger's 82.
82. Wow.
Keith Richards is... You had it backwards. He's also, 81. No, wait. Oh, his birthday was yesterday.
Hey, happy birthday, Keith.
82.
82 as well.
2?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. This article is specifically just about the release. They didn't mention Trump in here, but this is like there are people angry that they're not getting everything, or they're not getting what they expected to get.
I think that's the thing is people wanted salacious information.
Yeah,
people wanted all sorts of stories about the sex dungeons and the videotapes and photos of kids and teenagers running around and all sorts of stuff. And I think, unfortunately, what you're going to get is a lot of this crap. It's not to say that stuff isn't out there and that stuff isn't part of this, but most of what's going to be released is like, oh, here's documents of this or here's photos of that. But to your point, they're also not going to involve the people that they may necessarily want. So it'll...
Well, while this is important, I'm more interested as an explainer of why did he have so many passports? How did he have so many passports? Why was he integral to the Israeli security deal with Mongolia? Where is Epstein's money? Remember that after he died and supposedly millions of dollars got withdrawn from his bank accounts? What happened with that? Where'd that money go? Like, people are focusing on the salacious stuff, but there's more to this web. But what happened to Zorro Ranch? Where's all the information concerning
their
that?
Genetic experiments.
Yeah. So there's a lot more to the story. I get people are disappointed, but they're not. They're focusing on what isn't there when we know that there's more stuff at Zorro Ranch, and there needs to be more explanation. And I maybe this is not enough. I don't know. So, but their claim is bombshell.
Well, at least the stuff is out there. People will dig through it.
Mm-hmm.
It comes out before the holidays, which means people now have time off of work to sit there and dig through this stuff, see what interesting tidbits might come up. I think you're right. The initial focus is on the more salacious items, on the things, the sex sells stuff. They want that first, but there may be better stuff that they as someone really digs through it.
Well, that's what they're saying at the end of this article
or
here.
Just put it all into ChatGPT and ask it.
They could ask that. I mean, that works too. At the end of this article, it says that Republicans and Democrats alike are now signaling for further votes that could force out even more materials not currently held by the Justice Department, including bank records and documents from Epstein's estate. I think they should also force the FBI and CIA director to come and publicly testify what they knew of Jeffrey Epstein and Jeffrey Epstein's potential role with intelligence agencies, and hold nothing back. Everything's declassified. But they won't. They won't do that. So, okay. That's fun. So that's out there, people.
Okay.
Let's see here. We'll move on to some other material. Yeah. So, I mean, that's two big pieces of news within the last 48 hours. So,
some really big news.
That's some really big news right there. Yeah.
That's a huge piece of news.
Yeah. While we're on politics, I'll...
Hey, wait, by the way, run that one again. I'll try something.
Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
That's a huge piece of news.
Damn it.
Were we trying to...
So close.
Were we trying to bleep out the huge?
No, the news.
Oh, that's a huge piece of... Okay, I see. Well, like I said, while we're on politics, Trump did make an announcement, kind of a curious announcement, but an announcement nonetheless, and it's something that perhaps you could participate in if you so choose. And here it is. Let me bring this up on screen. And I'm sorry, I don't even know if this is AI or not. I have no idea, people. I'm going with that caveat right here.
In the fall, we will host the first ever Patriot Games, an unprecedented 4-day athletic event featuring the greatest high school athletes, one young man and one young woman from each state and territory. But I promise there will...
So it's Trump announces unprecedented 4-day athletic event with one young man and one young woman from each state or territory, kind of like the Hunger Games.
I say, like, they're just going to dump them into a field all at once.
Yeah, it sounds bizarre. This is the Patriot Games. This is the first I'm hearing about this. And
I thought, isn't this the thing where he's going to do MMA stuff on the front lawn?
Oh, okay. If that's where we're at now, let's do it.
Let's do it.
So this is bizarre, but according to ABC News, Trump touts Patriot Games as part of the country's...
Well, some other top headlines that we're tracking this...
Sorry, 20... not 20, but 250th celebration. So Donald Trump on Thursday outlined festivities the White House is planning for next year to commemorate the nation's 250th birthday, making good on his pledge to give America the most spectacular birthday party the world has ever seen. Trump, who repeatedly said on the 2024 campaign trail that he would roll out a grand celebration comparable to past world fairs, officially unveiled a list of events called the Freedom 2050 on social media. So several activities will be planned from June 25th until July 10th, according to the White House. And just coincidentally, before I read on, so I was preparing a segment for today, but I decided not to do it. It was based upon the Fourth Turning and this astrology podcast that I listened to, where these astrology guys they talked about the Mars-Uranus-Gemini conjunction that happens almost every 80 years, and there's like a 7-year time span where these planets align in such a way, and it just so happens that these planets align during the American Revolution, during the Civil War, towards the later part of World War II, and they'll start to align beginning on July 4th of next year. So typically right around these periods of alignments, there's upheavals, there's change, there's some sort of either internal types of conflict, and that's what we're maybe gearing up for next year. And so Trump is announcing, starting next year, that we're going to have giant festivities, including a Spirit of America parade to honor fallen soldiers, a birthday fireworks celebration on the National Mall, promised to be the largest such display in the world. It's like it really has the potential to burn a lot of things down. And a great American state fair featuring pavilions from all 50 states. So there's a new World's Fair.
Sounds like, yeah, World's Fair.
And typically after periods,
we should get Howdy to go cover that.
I'd be curious about this World's Fair. Typically they do these in order to, according to him, usher in a new common narrative that they want people to adhere to. But typically
they could do maybe Rhode Island's entire pavilion will be about the Brown University.
I hope so. But typically you want to do that after there's a period of upheaval and people don't know what to cling to or what to believe. But Trump said, frankly, you'll never see anything like it, and you'll never see anything like it again, Trump declared in his announcement video. The president who so there is a Patriot Games, and it's kind of like the Hunger Games, but maybe not as brutal. But we don't know.
Oh, no.
So that's coming.
Well, it won't be featuring Hulk Hogan, unfortunately.
No,
apparently the UFC thing is being tied to it, but it's not officially part of it. So the UFC fight on the front lawn of the White House is scheduled for June 14th, which is Flag Day, which is also Trump's birthday. So UFC will be doing that, but then it starts about a week later. They start this big 250-year celebration. I wonder if they will eventually just kind of, as those get set up, that'll just become like one big, long, 2 or 3 week long celebration.
There's going to be fireworks and men just punching each other in the face and bow and arrows and parades.
When I was tasting you, brother, I found you to be not so bad at all.
Yeah, it's just great. Wrestling, people dropping elbows.
I'm going to have you. I'm going to get to touch your body.
And it's going to be a crazy...
Somebody needs the fight bell, then follow Trump around, and they ring the bell and just like two guys just start into a MMA just right there.
Yeah, that'd be great too.
Top of a hat.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought that was my fight bell. It's not my fight bell. There it is, right there. Right there's my fight bell. People booing.
By the way, I'm trying to find a video of the quote. You played the clip earlier of Trump announcing this, where he says, "One young man, one young woman from each state and territory." Mm-hmm. His next line, which every video I've found so far has been edited out, his next line is, "But I promise there will be no men playing in women's sports."
Oh, I have the following line like that he said after that.
My mother would say, "You love trucks." I do.
That's what he said. He threw that in there, too, just to let people remember that he says that.
I always love trucks.
So yeah, it's interesting. I don't know if I support her or not. I'm okay with celebrating the country's birthday.
How would you? What's the downside to supporting this? I mean, I'm not gonna watch. I'm not gonna like go to Washington D.C. and treat it like the Olympics and watch some big competition. I don't care. But
yeah, I don't know what the downside is, other than the name.
It's like March Madness. March Madness every year. There are some people, and you probably work with them or have friends who are the same way. They get obsessed with March Madness. It like takes over their life for like a month.
It's a mental illness.
I don't care one bit. You could offer me $1 million right now. I could not tell you who won the NCAA basketball tournament last year. I have no idea. I don't follow it. So, but for other people, great. Go right ahead. Like the Olympics too.
It is kind of curious because you did put up on the screen here Tom Clancy's Patriot Games, and Trump.
Well, when you said that, that's the first thing I thought about.
Yeah, it's like that's kind of weird. Wasn't that about a covert CIA operation down in Central America?
No, that's you're mixing that up. That's clear and present danger.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Patriot Games is about the Irish Republican Army in Ireland during the Troubles, as they say.
Also starring Harrison Ford. Yeah.
Well, yeah. It was a book before it was a movie, but yes.
Yeah. Well, there we go. There's some Trump news, people. And while we're still on, I guess, politics, before we move over to some weirder stuff, it turns out, Trump is not letting go of the fact that he won the 2020 election. He has deployed resources. He has deployed people to investigate this even further. And we're finding out more information, whether or not if he won in 2020 or not. Well, according
he's going to take the things you believe in even further than you ever could.
That is correct. According to Mike Benz, Biden won Georgia back in 2020 by 11,779 votes. Now, over 5 years later, I'm assuming the Georgia electoral officials, admit 315,000 of those votes in Georgia were actually counted illegally. So there is some shenanigans going on. Mm-hmm. They're going back and trying to review past votes, basically doing an accounting that they should have done the first time around. And they're saying that, hey, it was off. And here is the actual article here from the federal.
Georgia where they had a water main break and they had to stop counting? Whatever happened to that? Wasn't Georgia where they had people pulling boxes of ballots out from under a table? But, we can't talk about that either.
So what they're admitting here, Fulton County, we don't dispute that 315,000 votes were lacking poll workers' signatures and that they were counted in the 2020 election. So, the law demands 3 signatures on tabulator tapes, and the county fails to follow the rules. So those 315,000 votes are, by definition, uncertified, but they counted them anyways. So they didn't follow their own rules. They didn't follow their own laws, and they just decided to go ahead and push those through anyways. So, okay.
That's cool. That's fine.
So what we're talking about here is that there was, in fact, some sort of shenanigans. You can call it fraud. You can call, I don't know. Well, I don't know. But there was something up. And perhaps if these votes were not verified as required by Georgia law, then they shouldn't have been counted. So,
yeah, a lot of states were doing the same thing where they'd have signatures, things were partially marked. If you recall, that was the whole issue with the hanging chads in Florida in 2000 was, are these ballots legit or not based on how they were punched through on these machines and that sort of thing? And, that it's the same sort of thing we're seeing, but it was widespread during 2020.
We're doing it. Remember, Gore was pretty upset about that one. I mean, that was Gore losing by, a few hundred, maybe a few thousand votes in Florida. He could have been the next...
a few hundred, yeah.
He could have been the next president of the United States. And had he been president, we may have not had 9/11. We may have not dealt with the war on terror the same way. We don't know. It's all speculation at that point. But Gore, he didn't win. And he could have challenged, but it seems like...
No, he did challenge. It went to the Supreme Court.
Well, it seemed like he was talked to, and he didn't press hard. Or maybe they talked to him.
Well, and also, I mean, was it the Miami Herald, I think, later did their own investigation, years later, like in 2003 or 4, and found out that the count actually was correct, and it did go for Bush. So Gore could have dragged the whole thing out and all that, but that was probably the thing, was like, hey, there's a... it looks like it's this. Yes, it's very slim. We can do the whole thing, but and we heard the same thing during the 2020 elections when apparently John Roberts was heard screaming through a door to not mess with the election because it shakes the foundations of one of the fundamental tenets of American society is based on the vote. And if you're going to go back and start farting around with that for months, years. It would not be great for the general rule of law, and so they kind of tossed it, and that's where the Supreme Court, if you recall, refused to look at a lot of that.
Yeah,
no standing. They didn't want to review things. It was a whole bunch of things. But
I get it. I understand. But people already don't
believe it. As these stories come out years later, 3, 4, 5 years later now, they all are going one direction. They're all going to. There was widespread fraud, and it all benefited one side.
They should have done better.
So.
All right, I want to do one last story over here, a Christmas-related story. Then I want to thank some people.
Pass.
I'll bring this up on screen. Pretty political, this episode. Pretty current events. U.S.-focused. Just recognizing that. Right, here it is, up on screen, right here for your pleasure, please. Why are ghost stories traditionally so popular at Christmas time? Do you know?
Man, I got mixed emotions about this one.
Are they ghost stories at Christmas time?
I guess so. So here, according to this article, tales of ghosts and ghouls may not seem like the first thing you would associate with the festive season. Christmas is usually seen as a time of light, warmth, and happiness. However, in Europe, there is a long tradition of people embracing the darker side by telling ghost stories during the festive season. Can anybody in Europe confirm this? Do you get told spooky stories by...
Herman's listening right now. Herman, what are the ghost stories you guys tell in the Netherlands around Christmas, and why?
Well, gives an example here. One of the most famous Christmas stories of all, A Christmas Carol, is essentially a ghost story.
I
would say this is a bit of a
It's a redemption arc about somebody reviewing their looking back upon their life, 60 years later sort of thing.
But what is the psychology behind people who enjoy hearing, reading, and watching ghost stories at Christmas? One important reason comes from Christmas's winter setting in the northern hemisphere, at least. The shortest
in the southern hemisphere, it's summer, so
quite nice. The short days and long nights of winter provide us with an opportunity for reflection on dark topics such as the supernatural. The stark contrast between warm homes and the coldness outside can create the sense of a liminal space, from the Latin word limen, meaning threshold, between light and dark, and between the end of the old that year and the beginning of the new year. This can encourage reflection on liminal beings that cannot easily be defined or understood, such as ghosts or spirits. So are you reflecting on... So maybe this is what they're getting at here. So at the end of the year, you're reflecting on the previous year, 2025. Maybe you lost some loved ones. Maybe you lost some friends, family members. I did. I lost Bogey. I lost my good friend Bogey, and I often think of him. But I've been thinking about him ever since I lost him, and I don't think I'm thinking of him more now than I have been before now. So,
did you threaten to cancel Christmas?
No, I haven't. Not yet. I didn't know that was
Why
even an
not?
option. I didn't know it was an option to do that. Religious themes of Christmas also encourage many people to lean into the supernatural. Although for Christians, the Christmas story is about the joy of surrounding Jesus' birth. A specter of his death and resurrection are never far away. It is true. We do, I guess, as churchgoers, if you go to church, it's all about Jesus for the most part when it comes to Christianity. And he died, he came back, and we still think of him fondly, don't we? Shouldn't we think of Jesus fondly? Okay.
But I'm looking for the original source of this article, Nottingham Trent University. By the way, we did hear, so Herman said they believe in the Great Toilet Ghost.
Is that true?
It's not confirmed whether or not that is a traditional Dutch holiday or just his. Somebody else, I'm going to scroll back here. Somebody who was in from Austria. Gizvulbera says in Austria, no, this is all made up.
Okay.
So.
All right. This all could be a bunch of bunk.
This person's full of crap.
I'll move through this article saying it'll pick it up right here. Many ghost stories also encapsulate themes of continuity, such as spirits from the past engaging with people living in the present. The ancient winter festivals of Yule, which long predates Christmas, is strongly linked to ideas of continuity and involves ceremonies designed to honor one's ancestors. So where should you begin if you want to get into Christmas ghost stories this year? You may wish to start with some modern examples. Master of the ghost story, Mark Gatiss, has been writing Christmas ghost stories for the BBC for the past few years. So is this all one big ad for Mark?
This seems really... I'm scanning through the original article here. She only references the Christmas Carol. She doesn't go... You could give the argument that, okay, in the Northern Hemisphere, she's going to touch on solstice celebrations and things. The winter is a time of death, but then leads towards spring rebirth.
Yeah.
But she doesn't bring any of that up. She just starts immediately talking about crap on the BBC. So this is like some ad for some upcoming freaking BBC Christmas specials.
Yeah, I thought maybe she'd go into how Christianity did adopt many pagan rituals around like the summer, winter solstice in order to bring some of those pagans into Christianity, and by adopting some of their traditions. And like they said, they didn't mention here honoring ancestors, but really it does. This seems like an advertisement for Mark. And I'm sure Mark's a fine writer, but you don't gotta do this. You could give us a little bit more here. I mean, geez, Mark. You don't have to ask.
This was written by somebody else. Who was it? Juliet Wakefield.
Well, yeah, Mark can't write this himself. So Mark got Juliet, said, hey, do me a solid. Write an article about my upcoming BBC series. It would look bad if I wrote it myself. Put in some stuff around Christmas, too. So, sorry about that, people. This is not a good story. So, I'll do one more. I'll do one more, and maybe I can redeem myself for Christmas with this story. We'll find out right now. Engineer sues former employer after being fired for taking extremely long bathroom breaks.
Oh, damn it.
really?
Did you get this story?
I got this one. Hey, listen, come on. I cover a limited scope of stories, paranormal, and people getting fired for weird reasons. So, yeah.
Exclusively toilet news.
Yeah.
People are flushing toilets 10 times, 15 times.
Yes, a man named Lee had been working as an engineer for a company in some Chinese province, which I can't pronounce, over the past decade when he was let go. He was let go because of his frequent and long bathroom visits during work hours. The case was recently reported by the Shanghai Federation of Trade Unions after the engineer took his former employer to court over his termination. Well, this brings to mind the story we covered years ago of the Chinese toilet timer, where they installed timers on Chinese toilets in an effort to help mitigate and reduce down this type of activity. Also, we covered a story of the slanted toilet, where it is the toilet bowl is dipped forward at an angle, so it becomes increasingly more problematic to sit on the toilet bowl longer because you have to use your leg muscles more and more over that time. It's almost kind of like you're doing wall squats, you know? It's tough to do. So in its defense, back to the story here, in its defense, the unnamed company submitted surveillance footage. they submitted surveillance footage showing Lee taking 14 extremely long bathroom breaks, the longest of which lasted 4 hours. Oh, my God. No.
By the way, in the version of the story I have for this, the way they phrase that exact sentence is, because I think these are both machine translated, between April and May 2024, he reportedly took 14 toilet breaks.
Okay. That's it?
That's it? That was my thought. You had 2 months there and the guy only used a can 14 times?
This guy knows how to hold it. He said the longest of which lasted 4 hours in a 30-day period. That's weird. I said the longest of which 4 hours in a 30-day period between April and May of 2024.
Again, I think there's machine translators. Probably those are 14 breaks in a 30-day period. But again, you'd think he's using the can more than that.
I have to do it.
His lawyers also, or its lawyers, the company, also presented evidence that management had contacted Lee via a chat app when noticing his disappearance, but received no replies mentioning that his position required him to always be available during work hours. Well, he is. Like, you can take your laptop to the bathroom. You can work from the toilet if need be. And was he not available? Maybe not. Maybe he left his...
I'm curious what his job is.
Okay.
I mean, he just says engineer, but like, is he an engineer, you know, in your, as you just referenced there, you know, computer engineer, software engineer, or is he an engineer who's like the safety engineer who ensures that like the assembly line is working properly at the end? And when that dude pieces out for 4 hours, there's problems.
Or he could be a train conductor engineer.
Maybe he's a train engineer.
I got to go to the bathroom.
And the fact that he just stepped off the train for 4 hours as it plowed into a bunch of stuff is not a good thing.
Could be a problem. The engineer, on the other hand, presented hemorrhoid medicine that his partner had bought online in May.
His partner?
His partner bought online in May and June last year, as well as his surgery records from January 2025. He and his lawyers tried to convince the court that his long bathroom breaks had been justified by his condition and demanded $45,000 in compensation for the termination of his contract. Surprisingly, the court sided with the defendant in this case, arguing that the time Lee spent in the bathroom during work hours greatly exceeded his physical needs. Well, how does the court determine what his physical needs are?
That's a hell of a judge.
Yeah. Well, this is China, so they're not. It doesn't seem like they're very sympathetic to the workers' plight over there, especially during the bathroom. It also found that he failed to inform the company about his health problems and take of medical leave as required in his contract. The judge noted that the company had also asked that the labor union's permission before firing Lee on grounds stated in the work contract. After 2 trials, the 2 parties settled the case, with the company agreeing to provide Lee with an allowance of $4,200 for his past contributions and as compensation for his financial difficulties due to his unemployment. So you got a little money out of it, not much, but this is also not going to look good on your resume either. It might be tough to get hired again, although I have no idea how it works in China when it comes to unions and hiring and firings. Who knows?
You just tell them you got fired because you were in the can.
Yeah. I got hemorrhoids. It's real bad. I'm going to be in there for hours sometimes. So when you hire me, just know you're probably going to get a good 2 hours out of me. And that's it.
I got to go to the bathroom.
Pretty much. As soon as he gets hired, he's going to basically say, hey, by the way, where's the bathroom? I got to go.
I need to go to the bathroom. In my bathroom, there's a big bottle of Lysol. Will somebody run in there and get that for me?
Well,
by the way, and spending 4 hours in there it's
a long time.
Clearly the guy's got some sort of issue going because it's not a place you just go hang out.
No, it sounds
especially
more,
if he's in China, in parts of China that don't have Western style toilets, and they just have those floor toilets, the squat toilets. I don't know if he's spending 4 hours sitting in there. So
this guy must have the biggest, most powerful legs in China. And like this guy,
he just sits on his hemorrhoid.
Yeah, he just squats all the time. Like those muscles that provide the strength to do that. They are extremely exercised, and this guy's a dynamo. But we'll move on here. I'm gonna thank some people out there. Right now, we're gonna move on and do a little drawbridge of donations.
You have to roll my feed as well.
Oh, okay. We're going to do that. Oh, there's a pug in a toilet. Is that what he produced? It's possible.
I got all sorts of stuff in there for these stories, but
yeah, after this show, I'm going to see if I can write a script to fix this for next year. But hey, we're going to thank some people out there for supporting the show with either directly donating via Patreon or Subscribe Star or PayPal, Patreon, anything you want. We love it all. We are going to thank some people right now. I'm going to open up the drawbridge of donations right here. I'm going to start walking. Slap the donkey of destiny. I start breaking my first window right there. Let me open up the car right there to make sure there's a 1992 Plymouth Laser's there with the 1983 AMC van. There's Bogey and Mr. Mustache right there. Hold on. There we go. Let me go ahead and pop the Hot Pocket, the microwave right here for everyone. We're all going to have to share this Hot Pocket, too. We got one. Mr. Mustache right there. My chicken. Oh, my God. And I'm going to play a little song right here to thank everyone. Come on now.
Drawbridge of donation, jingle, bingle, and Merry Christmas. Come on now. Yeah! On Patreon, we have to thank Steve Richard. Oh, yes. Good Morning Babylon. Oh, yeah, wake up. David Jeffers. Michael DeFord. Yeah! Sir Honcho, commander of the Piss Army. Drop and give me 20. Dave Baxter. Hey, yo! Necromechanimal. What about Colleen? Yeah! And NEAs. Let's not forget the mysterious Dr. E! And Magger 1077. Oh, wow, a super secret cyborg. And Frosty Nugs. Yeah! And Katie Hickey. Oh, yeah! Yep! Yeah! Thank you for betraying people! Now what about our PayPal people? Yeah! Lionel Ramley wishing Mike a happy birthday. Andrew Galway. Oh yeah! What about John Farmer? Farmer! We can't forget about Wolfpack Gold. Michael K, the Crozernator Mikey. Timothy Taylor. Oh man, it's the Tool, man. Thank you. Chris 23, aka Skidmark. Thank you. Michelangelo. And Beeville saying, Happy Thanksgiving and Brown Friday. This donation is in honor of Emily Taylor, the armed attorney. Thank you from this stupid show. Oh man, it's Joe Heichman. And what about John Barry here? Yep. Oh, Micaiah Raffaele coming in big, so big. And now the hardcore subscribe star people. Come on, slash down. Danny Sullivan, Felix. Let's recognize the OBDM Discord mod. Boogie, Tone the Bone, Jigsy 222, and General Herman, love the P Jug, and Duck Lamp.
Let me close that garage door real fast, people. I think I got to add in the AMC van to the Cave of Honor.
It was a GMC.
Oh, it's a GMC? Oh, okay.
Well, if you want the proper van, yeah.
I think I do. I think I do. I got potatoes there. Probably got to add some Keebler Elf cookies in there, too, for the holidays. Yeah. You like Keebler Elf cookies? I love them.
I don't think I've had Keebler cookies since I was like 8 years old. I still made those.
I got a Keebler cookie for my birthday. My wife bought me a pack. The EL fudge cookies. Oh, I loved them growing up. My grandma used to give me cookies all the time. And I hadn't had one like you in probably like 30, 35 years, and I had a bunch of them. They were delicious. Keebler cookies. And pack.
Then you went to the bathroom at work for 4 hours.
I'm the guy. I am that guy. And so right now, people, I think we're going to go ahead and open up the phone lines for people.
Let's go ahead and take the phone calls.
We'll take some phone calls for everyone out there. Yes. Let me go ahead and break open the good old Google Voice line.
Yeah, let me get the number up on screen here.
If you so choose, you can call in. And we're receiving calls right now. 513-461-2175. We'll take some calls out there, talk to some people before we wind down the show with Cretch's News. Caller, you are on the air.
Hello. How's it going, guys?
Good. How are you doing? Who are we talking to?
Jingle Bingle, guys.
Jingle Bingle.
Sounds like Stan.
Can you hear us?
It is Stan.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you guys, yes.
Okay. What's going on, Stan?
Yes. Excellent show. No, really good on Cretched with that 12 Days of Christmas. That's pretty epic.
Yes.
So definitely can go in Song Pack 5 whenever that gets released after you get back from Portugal. So.
Hey, what have you done with that? How many pounds of pumpkin spice did we send you?
It was 4.5, I think, was actually in that bucket.
Okay.
But it's supposed to be 5 pounds.
Yeah.
I assume he just ate it all that day.
I baked it up, made a giant pumpkin, and just spent the next 4 hours, actually the next 4 days in the toilet. And, so my employer was not happy.
I'm sure. What's on your mind, Stan?
Yeah, all the psyops that are going on. First, I'm going to just call my shot. Nick Fuentes is a Fed, 100%. No doubt about that. Candace Owens got a talking to from Erica Kirk and TPUSA. So I said, these aren't the droids you're looking for to her. So she's going to kind of move on from that. The double psyop killing there at Brown University and the MIT professor. I'm not 100% sure. I know the one of the gals that got killed was at Brown University. She was like the leader of the Young Republicans. And I'm not sure what the other part of the whole psyops was. Bondi Beach, Australia, that's all a bunch of nonsense, especially with Australia's prime minister then saying, we got to be worried about right-wing, extremism, and take more of your guns because we're going to take the last bit of your guns in Australia.
Now, hey, real quick before you move on, why do you think Nick Fuentes is like a federal agent or some kind of psyop?
Because ever since he's probably bats for their team and doesn't
lies about that. Doesn't say anything. He got promoted as soon as Charlie Kirk got killed. They said, Charlie Kirk and Nick Fuentes fought against each other. He believes that Charlie Kirk was killed by Tyler Robinson with a 30-06. He's very convinced of that. So that's total other nonsense. He's being a distraction, trying to convince people. Alex Jones is running scared. He's like, everything, every show now practically he goes like, but you always want to make me think it's all about the Jews and Israel and stuff like that. He always does that. So that's part of his psyop. He's running scared for some reason because then Harrison Smith in the war room will actually talk about all the different things and won't be scared. So
there's a bit of a weird stuff dynamic with that. And I did want to touch on Venezuela and the oil. So recognizing Chevron is still operating down in Venezuela, they actually violated the no-fly zone thing. They actually flew their employees out to their different oil fields from Caracas. And 80% of the oil from Venezuela, it's about 800,000 to 1 million barrels a day they're making. 80% goes to China. And then I think the other 15 to 17%, I think, goes like the Middle East, like Iran and whatnot. And then a small portion goes to Cuba. And that's been going on forever. And now Trump is doing exactly what FDR did, blockading oil to the Japanese at the start of World War II. So he's helping to foment that. And the Ukrainians, they actually attacked a Russian ship out in the Mediterranean. They hit a oil platform out in the Caspian Sea. So, and all these things, when they attack all these oil fields, you'd think that oil prices would go up, but they're not, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to bankrupt Venezuela. They're trying to bankrupt Russia and get more market share for the future. So you may be enjoying low oil prices now, but come, about a year or two from now, oil prices are going to shoot through the roof, and it's all going to go to the people that are consolidating all the oil production currently. So just seeing that kind of stuff going on, all the nonsense. So lots of psyops. I think even Chase Hughes was a psyop. He was a former naval intelligence, and he was on Sean Ryan talking about his different thing with his NCI, how to determine what's a psyop. And I think that the different psyop groups are allowing information to get out, but is always a distraction. They're always pointing away from different things to always distract us from stuff and keep us always trying to do divide and conquer tactics.
Oh yeah, that's what it feels like.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would say for everybody, don't fall for this stuff. We need to maintain our liberties. I know Trump's going to try to make this July, 2026, our 250th anniversary a big deal. And we need to, maintain our liberties and enjoy things and have fun and enjoy the celebration, but recognizing that Trump is compromised. He is blackmailed and boondoggled and all that kind of stuff. It's just all utter nonsense. Everything with these political people talking, Marjorie Taylor Greene and Trump having a spat, it just shows more and more that they're just trying to absolutely completely take over the government, and Washington D.C. is a hellhole. It's an absolute hellhole, and I wouldn't want anybody to have to actually work there and live with that kind of stuff. I know Destro moved outside of there, but it's just a bad place. It's a hive of it's a hive of scum and villainy,
yes,
as Obi-Wan would say.
Yes.
So we need to recognize that. What was the last thing I was going to say? Oh, the Y-Files. Are you guys familiar with the Y-Files?
Yeah, I watch the Y-Files every now and again. He does a good job at presenting the information.
Yeah, so I watched one of the more recent ones where he talked about Chase Hughes and the psyops, and he was talking about specific incidents, and he would rate it like a 4 out of 5 for certain different things. And I said, dude, like psyops, that's like a 10 out of 5.
Yeah.
And I think he tries to play it kind of soft and try to be very judicial about that. And a lot of people have to kind of, just even like for you guys, have to tone down your YouTube content so you don't get content strikes, and playing it safe.
Yeah, on YouTube, we can't say stuff too salacious. We can't make too many accusations. But I don't even like to do that in general anyways. It's just not the kind of guy I am. But I'll state what I believe, and I'll state that I don't maybe have much information to back it up, but it's just a belief. But yeah, YouTube is it's the biggest boy in the block, so you got to kind of play by their rules sometimes.
Yeah, I understand that. Last thing, just want to mention, so Missing 411, David Paulides, he is going to have a cruise in September 2026.
Yes, he is.
So that's from Seattle up into the inside passages there, Southeast Alaska, Juneau, Skagway, that kind of stuff. And me and my wife will plan to be on that cruise.
Oh, wow.
David Paulides.
Well, I would love to hear what that's all about. Some people are accusing David Paulides of just doing it as a money grab. It's a little weird to have a Missing 411 cruise when it's such a dark topic, and you're going to you're going on a cruise for a vacation, and it's such a dark topic. It's a weird dichotomy there. I don't know how I feel about it, but if you're going to be there, that sounds all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he likes the fishing. He likes just talking with people. I think he's already comfortable with the amount of information he's given out on the subject. Because a lot of this, I think, it really does relate to portals, somewhat with Bigfoot. And the big thing was with orbs and the plasma physics, especially this MIT professor who died. He was big into plasma physics.
Yeah,
there is something with all this with drones. The new plasma physics. And another thing too. Stefan Burns on YouTube. You guys should definitely be watching him. He talked on a recent video about all of the Starlink satellites and all the other space debris that's out there. They currently have over 9,600 launches of Starlink satellites, and they are losing now. Sometimes up to 5 Starlinks a day are losing orbit. And then the amount of aluminum that is getting put into the mesosphere, up in the ionosphere from the destruction of these things as they get burned up by the atmosphere and into the mesosphere, the troposphere, that's a whole new level of chemtrails I want to start delving into, because I'm on my second chemtrails book I'm reading right now. And each of these Starlink satellites is about 550 to 600 pounds. And when they burn up, like about a third of the Starlink at least, stays up in the atmosphere as particleized, aluminum oxide. But if there's radical stuff there, it can stick up there for 30 years. And we're creating a change to the planet. And this is, I think, the next level of chemtrails.
But also,
a book about it.
It also creates a shield, so we won't be able to leave the Earth. This basically would create like a webbing around the Earth, where if you shoot a rocket up, it's going to be torn apart by this debris in the atmosphere.
Yes,
it's crazy,
and it'll also disturb if you're doing stargazing, and all of a sudden all you see is these things, because right now Starlink itself is planning to put up 40,000 satellites, and these are mostly all low. There's the different low Earth orbiting, middle Earth orbiting, high Earth orbiting, and then the geosynchronous ones, which are way out there. So I'd highly suggest people to start looking into that and learning about these different types of satellites and all the different stuff we're putting out there, because it also does involve Space Force and the X-37B, the secret space program.
Force.
And I was talking to a coworker, and she used to work at Edwards Air Force Base, and she mentioned tunnels that go from Edwards Air Force Base all the way up to Wright Pat. She was talking about I heard rumors of that. I'm like, yeah, I mean, there's DUMBs, all these DUMBs and underground military bases, all the tunnels. It's all across the United States. So, people need to be aware of that. And all the earthquake weapons. There's a lot of earthquake weapons that are going on, and lots of stuff going on that. And people are blaming it all. Well, Stefan Burns talking a lot of it's precursors to solar activity and all the solar storms we've been getting recently. But I think it's in combination. These guys in these think tanks and the NGOs, they're mad scientists, and they're just continuously doing stuff 24/7. I think they're going to make a sham of this Tyler Robinson trial, and he'll probably get off somehow.
Well, Stan, you said it all, and we got to move on and take some more phone calls before we get to Kretsch's News. Thank you for calling in. Jingle bingle and Merry Christmas to you out there, okay?
Merry Christmas. Enjoy Portugal.
Thank you.
See you, Mike. There, guys.
All right, probably prank caller.
There we go. We're going to take a few more here. That was Stan's 10-minute phone call for... Every time he calls up, 10 minutes, he's got a lot to get off his chest. And we keep saying this. Stan needs his own show. He does. We will promote it here. I didn't hang up on that person. That person hung up on themselves. Caller, you are on the air.
Hello.
How's it going, guys?
Hey, who are we talking to?
This is Brandon.
Okay, Brandon, where are you calling from?
The Oregon coast.
Oregon. Hey, what's on your mind, Brandon?
I was just calling to see how you guys' Three-Eye Atlas experience was yesterday. Apparently, it passed by us, but I got kind of confused because I thought it passed by us the end of October.
It did. We went around the sun, came back, and so my experience was uneventful, as far as I know. I don't know if I'm agitated because it's the end of the year with work and all that kind of stuff. I was a little more annoyed than usual, but if I want to blame the comet, sure, I'll blame it on that. But it also could be work. How about yours? What was your experience like?
Pretty good. Had me looking up, of course. I'm not going to probably see anything, but had me intrigued. But another thing I wanted to bring up, because I know you're into Sasquatches, and obviously I'm in the area of that too. I was wondering if you ever watched the Flash of Beauty Paranormal Bigfoot I think it's Tara Harris episode.
I can't say that I have.
Well, she's a medium, and she claims she actually communicates with one.
Yeah, I've heard of such stories before. Psychic Bigfoot, I've read stories about this. It's tough to know when psychics or people are communing with legitimate Sasquatch or Bigfoot or spirits that are simply telling you that. It's tough to know. And if there's any sort of physical evidence that they could produce, that's fine. For the most part, we're just taking these people at their words. I think that they're communicating with something. And this is the wild world of Bigfoot. Is it physical, or is it some sort of creature that can walk between dimensions? It's just tough to know.
Yes, totally.
Hey, did you get a notification over there?
What's that?
Did you get a notification over there?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Did I?
I think I heard something.
The one thing that intrigued me about the story, though, because obviously these are a little out there, and it is kind of, with Bigfoot being paranormal or physical, it's up to debate or whatever. But the one thing that she said, though, that I thought was interesting is the one she communicates with showed her of where apparently they're capturing the Bigfoot and keeping them also I should say, she says Bigfoot considers that a derogatory term, and they're actually, the one at least she communicates with is called Aeolin.
They consider Bigfoot to be a derogatory term.
Yeah, that's what she claims it's communicating to her. But the other story that she was saying is, or that the visions that it's showing her or whatever, because she's remote viewing apparently while mediating this thing, that they're capturing them, and where they're capturing them, there's like ice all around, and they're actually extracting something. The government, apparently, is what I'm guessing, I'm taking out of this, is extracting the blood. And for some reason, there's something to do with this Sasquatch's blood allows the, I don't know if it's the way they enter portals or something like that. I don't know, but it had something to do with the Sasquatch's blood, and I just thought it was interesting and a different take, I guess.
Well, I'll look into it. What's the person's name again? How do I find it?
Her name, you spell it, it's Tara, Tara, Harris, Harris.
Okay.
And it's a Flash of Beauty episode, which I'm sure you've seen those. David Politis just had one too. And then, Flash of Beauty, Paranormal Bigfoot.
Okay, I'll take a look at it. Well, hey, thank you for calling up, Brandon. We're going to move along and get to some stories.
All right, thanks, man.
All right. The only speculation I have is why they would be interested in Bigfoot's blood. That's probably any number of reasons. But if they were hypothetically the unholy offspring between the fallen and human women, maybe that's what they produced. And they're like the last known true lineage of the fallen from the Book of Enoch, maybe. So they got to have that blood. Yeah, they need blood, and they want it all. All right, Crash, are you ready to rock?
I don't think that was ever part of the agreement.
Okay, well, let's do it.
In a pool of blood.
I was thinking about Stan's comment about the all the Starlink satellites. It's not just Starlink, Blue or Amazon under Blue Origin, whatever, they're doing their own Wi-Fi, or not Wi-Fi, but satellite internet sort of thing. So there's a lot of those smaller satellites up there, and they in order for them to work, because they're lower power, they're lower in lower orbits, they have many more of them, thousands of them out there. So as they're churning through these, and they're just somewhat burning up in the atmosphere, but then just hanging out up there, creating that shield around the planet.
Mm-hmm.
That will make Bill Gates very happy, because if you recall, he wanted to fire a bunch of aluminum chaff up into the atmosphere to stop global warming.
Oh, yeah.
Bill Gates loves you!
Oh, yeah, he wanted to block out the sun.
He was doing.
Yeah.
Bill Gates! Alrighty. I mentioned this one in the Discord the other day.
Oh.
We didn't get to it on Wednesday. Let me find my story here. Get this into Carrot Shop for you, because in Canada, they want to make sure that children are safe.
Well, good. I mean, we like safe kids. All right. There's a new rule here, people. A new Canadian school rule forces kids to wear helmets to play in snow.
Man, I got mixed emotions about this one.
This is just going to get them beat up. And how young? Is it like, so a kid technically, is that anybody over here in the U.S. that's below the age of 18? Is that a kid? Technically, like a 17-year-old has to be out there
there
wearing
are
a
a lot
helmet?
of states that now require children, let's say, but they're basing it on physical size of the children. So they want children, it's now required children to sit in booster seats in cars. And it's based on the physical size, which means for some of these kids, it's up until they're 14, 15, 16 years old, and they have to sit in a booster seat.
And wear a helmet.
And wear a helmet, yeah.
Well, Canadian winters mean snow-packed schoolyards, but a new safety rule in Quebec is turning a seasonal staple into a regulatory headache. Several Quebec schools are now following new recommendations that could require students to wear helmets just to play on snow mounds during recess.
Isn't that interesting?
The guidance comes from the Centre des Services in the Drummondville area, which has instructed schools to apply strict conditions before children can play freely on piles of plowed snow. Under the recommendation, snow mounds must be between 1.8 and 3 meters high, have a slope of no more than 25 degrees, and include designated recovery and waiting areas for just snow mounds that are made by snow plows.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like an awful regulated snow mound where these drivers don't have a lot of time to measure out the degree and slope of each mound that they make when they're trying to save lives by moving snow off the road.
Trying to save lives. I like to think that there's not going to be a government inspector riding shotgun with these guys.
He's bringing out a protractor and tape measures for each mound. If schools cannot meet these criteria, helmets will become mandatory. Well, that means they're just passing out helmets. Here's your government helmet. Put it on.
Everyone wear your helmet.
Schools are also expected to maintain daily inspection checklists, monitoring plans, and rotation schedules to control how many students can use the mounds at once.
I like to think there's some sort of check-in process. They've got it roped off.
You're going to have to check in before you can get on the mound.
I'm sorry, excuse me, sir. Do you have a reservation to climb on the snow?
This seems like one of those pamphlets you'd read about how to undermine bureaucracies back in World War II, where you create so much regulatory red tape and like so many different like council meetings and rules that it really the only purpose to all these rules is to bring the bureaucracy to a screeching halt so people become frustrated with government and they overthrow it. That's the only purpose at that point. Well, the CSSC communication director, Norman Page, said that the rules stem from insurers' guidance rather than government mandates. So they're just doing what the insurers are telling them to do.
Wait. He said the rules come from insurer guidance rather than government mandate, but yet here's a government mandate to do it.
Based upon, yeah. So they're saying we don't have to create these rules, but we're doing so because the insurance companies are doing it.
But we like it. We were beat up a lot as kids in school, so we're going to make sure it continues.
Quote, the snow removal crews bring in piles, and the administration visually checks to make sure that there's no ice that could be dangerous for children sliding or playing, Page explained. So it's literally like what I said. These snow removal crews, they're just moving the ice. And then there's a whole another group of bureaucrats that go out with protractors and tape measures to inspect each pile of snow. I was joking, but apparently this is what they're doing there in Quebec.
What happens if they discover a snow pile that's too tall?
Well, they got to take it back. They got to return it. It's defective.
I like to think they just put a stick of dynamite in there and blow it up.
Yeah, maybe like how they get rid of dead horses.
Yeah, remember that document from the Forest Service on how many sticks of dynamite you need per horse?
It was like 4, right?
Maybe 4?
According to Norman Page, the recommendations were issued by Union Molite d'Assurance. This is a bunch of French that I'm not going to pronounce, but it's Quebecian. The school board's insurer, following an incident involving snow piles dating back to 2022. Oh, boy, what happened during that snow pile?
They lost it. But still some kids out there in the snow.
Yeah. Well, not everyone is convinced the measures are reasonable. School administrators have criticized the rule as excessive, with the president of the school saying that this has gone too far. It doesn't make any sense, he said, noting that getting young children fitted with helmets could take up almost their entire recess time. Yes, it is. Because not every kid's the same head, and so I only got a small when I should have got a medium, and then these kids, what they're going to do, since you got a helmet on, they're going to pick up a stick and like whack you in the head, and it's okay because you got a helmet on.
That's right. Yes, you need reservations for what you're going to do before you get to recess. They're limiting the number of kids who can play in the snow, but before you do that, you have to get fitted for a helmet.
I understand that it has to be safe, but starting to put helmets on in the schoolyard, I find that to be a bit excessive, a person said. I think that we should leave it up to the school principals to decide. Sure. Quote, the main issue still remains due diligence to ensure activities are carried out safely in the best interest of our children. Yeah, I think but they're saying they just need supervision when they're out there playing. If a kid gets hurt, attend to them. Maybe that's what they should do. Well, somebody else added that the measures align with existing best practices and do not impose new burdens on school staff, emphasizing that the insurer's role is to support schools in preventing injury. But it does sound like it is imposing new burdens. When you have all these helmets, where are you going to store the helmets? And then does everyone get assigned a new helmet? That incurs cost. And then they're not even thinking about the head lice problem. These kids are filthy. Their heads are teeming with lice, and it's going to be an epidemic that they're not even considering here. Then you're going to have to shave their heads.
Shaving kids' heads, that's right.
Yeah, you have to shave their heads, which is going to make their heads cold. They're going to start getting sick, and then you're going to have all these sicknesses. It's going to be a widespread pandemic of lice and parasites on these kids' heads. It's going to be awful.
But they will be safe from the horrible, horrible snow mountains.
Of falling down a snow pile. Yes, that's right. Oh, jeez. How annoying. God, come on, Quebec. They used to have a fighting spirit in their hearts. They used to.
They almost seceded at one point, and then they all just gave up.
What is all this stuff?
Oh, let's see. Do I have any more holiday themed? Oh, we have to do this one. Had this for Wednesday. We like our follow up news stories.
We do.
And this actually came out Wednesday, so this was breaking news the day of, but we didn't get to it. But even though it's not seasonally appropriate, it is follow up news of a story we've been following for a long, long time, and just need to give everyone a quick update.
Harvard morgue manager who sold body parts like babbles. Am I pronouncing that? I think
baubles.
So. Baubles, like bobbleheads.
Baubles means like little trinkets.
No, little trinkets. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, she gets 8 years in prison for that. Okay. I think that maybe that's about appropriate. Okay. A former manager of the Harvard Medical School morgue in Boston was sentenced to 8 years in prison for stealing and selling body parts as if they were baubles. Authorities said Cedric Lodge was at the center of this ghoulish scheme in which he shipped brains, skin, hands, and faces to buyers in Pennsylvania and elsewhere after cadavers donated to Harvard were no longer needed for research. Yeah, as opposed to cremating them, getting them back to the family, or blowing them up with dynamite, he decided to sell them. His wife, Dennis Lodge, was sentenced to just over a year in prison for assisting him. They appeared Tuesday in federal court in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In one example, Cedric provided skin to a buyer so it could be tanned into leather and bound into a book. A deeply horrifying reality, assistant U.S. attorney said in a court filing. In another, Cedric and Denise Lodge sold a man's face, perhaps to be kept on a shelf, perhaps to be used for something even more disturbing, said the assistant attorney general. Yes.
Why would they even suggest that?
They're just coming up with stuff. They're just spitballing. They don't really know what it was going to be used for. Let's see here. She said Lodge, 58, treated the parts of beloved human beings as if they were baubles to be sold for profit and collected thousands of dollars from 2018 to March 2020. So 8 years in the slammer for that. Harvard suspended donations of bodies for 5 months in 2023 when charges were filed. Toad said to City, we got a problem. We can't keep track of these things. So just hold on to them, and we'll come to you when we need them.
Well, they also have new regulations on how high they can pile those bodies because they don't want the people getting hurt. So they have to wear helmets.
It makes sense. People are playing on them.
There's people falling off these piles of bodies.
People are stacking them up like Lincoln logs.
Stacked like cordwood back there.
The prosecutors said at least 6 other people, including an employee at the Arkansas crematorium, which we covered that story too, have pleaded guilty in an investigation of body part trafficking. So yeah, we speculated this is way more widespread than what the news is covering.
Yeah, there was like a whole underground network of people on Facebook trading these things, selling them. It was ridiculous.
I mean, we covered a story, Arkansas, Harvard, missing heads in Colorado that just showed up. That probably got shipped from some morgue, someplace somewhere, but we never heard a follow-up on that one. So this is all over. Probably most of these mortuary technicians or medical students, they're doing this. It's a great supplemental income, especially during the holidays. Presents are expensive, travel is expensive, and Trumpflation's not getting any better. So Trump really is to blame for this.
For these bodies.
Yeah, people have to sell body parts. Thanks to Trump, Okay. I mean, we can blame Biden, too. If you want to blame Biden, too, that's fine, okay?
Look at your child.
Yeah, look at that child. A nice head on that child. How much you want for that head?
Yeah, let's put a helmet on it and sell it.
Your child.
All right. That was a good follow-up. I like that. I think people appreciate that. There's finally justice served.
I got a text, a message from a friend of mine here on Staten Island.
Is that the guy who says, well, not this weekend because I got shit to do, but next weekend we're going out?
Yeah.
Come this week, after this weekend, I got shit to do. Next week, we're going to do something for this fucking kid.
It's obviously not that important to help that kid out.
We need to help. Well, not right now. I'm busy, but later, we're definitely going to help.
I can't believe you fucking people.
Jeez. All right. I do have 2 more Christmas-themed stories we'll get to, but first, we'll go with this one about somebody who doesn't quite understand how the carpool lane works.
It is a mystery sometimes.
It can be.
Let's see here. Driver in Katana learns kitties don't qualify as HOV-lane passengers.
Oh, really?
So now you tell me. After I pack my car full of cats, what am I supposed to do with them now? Ontario Provincial Police. Oh, we got some more Canadian news. This is from Ottawa.
This More Canadian news. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We can be a little U.S. centric sometimes, but now we're moving north. So in Ontario, Michael Farthy reassured the driver he pulled over on the highway on Thursday that he had nothing against cats. Quote, "We all love our pets," Farthy said in an email to citizens. "They unfortunately do not count towards having a second person in the car with you. I have 2 cats and a dog, and I don't get to use the HOV lanes." Well,
why not? Put the cats and the dog in your car.
I think this is actually going to be decided if you can declare your pets, specifically dogs, as dependents, according to the IRS.
That's right.
And once they're declared as a dependent, then they might qualify you for HOV lane privileges. Before we're going to find out, hopefully the IRS will rule on this. This might not mean much for Ottawa, but Canada might follow suit, I should say. When he first observed the vehicle on the wide open highway shortly before noon Thursday, a tabby cat was sitting on the driver's shoulder and hanging partially over the back seat. Quote, "Not really ideal," he said. Fathy, who is also media relations officer for the OPPs. Oh, OPP. Naughty by nature. Not because I hate you.
Not that one.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Ontario Provincial Police, I believe. But
sure. Ottawa's detachment noted that the road was wide open, so there was no need to drive in the HOV lane in the first place.
Hey, she was going to turn in 57 miles, so she wants to be ready.
And the province implemented HOV lanes that can only be used by vehicles carrying 2 or more people to encourage carpooling and easing of congestion on heavily used highways. While the driver...
Now, by the way, wouldn't that make sense then? Because otherwise, this person would be a vehicle and the cat would need to drive its own car.
Yeah, and having a cat
this
drive
is taking
itself...
a car off the road.
Yeah, it is. Cats shouldn't drive. And so this is preventing accidents. But...
Oh, you're saying historically cats are not great drivers.
They're not good drivers, not as far as I know. But
is that a reference to Toonces?
Toonces, the driving cat, yes, constantly crashing. They don't even know how to properly maintain their own car without help from a human. So I bet this cat can't even get the car. I bet he's going to have to pop the clutch here pretty soon. He can barely reach the pedals. I don't know how he's going to reach the clutch.
Starter doesn't sound good.
You doing okay over there?
This cat is having trouble.
He's really not doing very well. All right.
Are you just going to give up?
Yeah, he's like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to wait for my human to drive now. While the driver, under 30 years old, mistakenly believed that because she had her cats with her, she could use the HOV lane. The rules are there for a reason. She received a $110 fine and 3 demerit points for the violation. Whoa, she got demerits. Holy crap.
Now, the interesting thing is, in a lot of places, you can get damn near anybody a driver's license. So why doesn't she just go get the cat a driver's license? And then to your point, and then that cat's a dependent. That's legit. That's a licensed driver and a dependent, according to the IRS. So, hey, why not? Load up your car and hit the carpool lane.
She just lied. It's like, this is not a cat. This is a migrant from Venezuela. This is what they look like.
She should have just gone straight gaslighting. And after she got pulled over, the cop said, you were driving in the HOV lane. She said, no, I wasn't.
No, you're lying. You're a liar. We all know cops are liars. And you're lying right now. And this is not a cat. It's a migrant. Well, it sounds like they were on a pretty tight ship up there in Ottawa. So be careful the next time you go out there and start driving your cat around.
I wonder if that cat had a helmet on.
Can they make... I guess they can make helmets for cats.
Sure, I imagine someone's done it.
It's fun.
I don't think a cat's going to put up with it, but...
No.
Cat helmet, let's see.
But you can buy them on
helmets
Amazon.
that look like cats.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't want that. It's not very safe. I don't want to. I don't have a helmet. Put a hat on my cat that looks like a cat. It's weird looking.
There's a lot of pictures of cats stuck in. What is going on here? Maybe this is a legit thing. Can't tell if this is a cat's head stuck in a
helmet or not.
In a fish bowl, or if it's an actual helmet somebody made for the cat.
Okay, let's take a look. Now I need to know.
No, I'm working on it.
Okay. Oh.
Sorry, you're hearing every little thing that floats through now.
Yeah.
15 minutes remaining.
We do have 10 minutes left.
What is that?
Okay.
It's called a transparent, breathable, adjustable. What? I don't know what this is.
Transparent, breathable helmet for cats. Well, I need that.
This is what I want. This is what I need.
Yeah, here you go. You can buy them on Amazon. I'll give you the link.
Okay. Great.
You can put Mr. Mustache in it. I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
I'm sure he will. Until he scratches me.
All right. I don't know. See if that link works.
Nope. I'm hacked.
This is one of those Amazon link with every cookie in the world on it for tracking. Try that.
Holy bleep.
Oh, the cat. Oh, yeah. So this is like if I want to go deep sea diving with my cat, it looks like.
I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah, it is a cat helmet. It's a clear bubble around a cat head, but it allows for oxygen to pass right through. This is the cat transparent muzzle and breathable hood. It is basically a little kitty-astronaut helmet. Prevent the pet from biting, chewing, grooming. Okay. Yeah, the cat's not going to be happy with this thing on.
This is not going to go over well.
I have a very upset cat now. So, boy.
All righty. Well, let's do some more Christmas news, some Christmas related news, and it's from Canada as well.
Oh my Lord!
I don't know why I have so much Canadian news today, but here you go.
Okay, here we go, people. Thieves dressed as Santa and his elves steal $3,000 worth of goods from Montreal grocery store. Wow. Whew.
Man, I got mixed emotions about this one.
Yep. So group claims responsibility for Robin Hood-style grocery store theft. Well, it's only Robin Hood style if they actually give this stuff away. If they just keep it for themselves, well, it's just theft, right?
Well, maybe they claimed they were doing that. Look, we're going to go give this to the poor.
Yeah, maybe that's their excuse. Maybe it's the judge goes a little light on them, maybe.
Well, not this week. I got shit to do. But next week, I'm
giving this stuff away. You know it.
I promise.
Well, several people dressed as Santa and... Several people dressed as Santa? Where are the elves? Several people dressed as Santa and a group of masked elves were filmed at a grocery store in Montreal Monday night, filling up their carts with food. While seemingly festive, the group left the store without paying. Montreal police spokesperson Caroline something. I can't pronounce that, Cratchit. It's Caroline something. So, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Just anglicize it. Chevy Fills.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Chevy, is that what it's called? Chevy Fills? Okay.
Sure, why not?
All right. Well, Chevy Fills confirmed an investigation is underway in connection with the shoplifting incident at a large retail store. Chevy Fills said it happened around 9:15 p.m. on Monday and involved several masked and disguised individuals who left with food and without paying. On social media, an activist group calling themselves Robins des Rouleaux or Robins of the Alleys, not Robin the Hood, claimed responsibility for the heist. So they have a gang with their own name. It's kind of like the Wet Bandits.
Yeah, then they went out and fought the Jets and Sharks.
Oh, well, whatever they're doing, they want it claimed to one singular entity. So they're doing this as almost like the Foot Clan in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But they're doing good deeds here. The group says the stolen goods, the stolen food worth around $3,000 was redistributed under a Christmas tree at a place in Montreal, with leftovers going to various community fridges. The group described Monday's raid as a great food drive and a political call to action. What, the political call to action is to steal more from grocery stores?
This is what always gets you with these sorts of groups, is like they're saying they're doing this on the benefit of others, but like, yeah, well, you're stealing from somebody.
Yeah.
So.
I have to do it.
Let's see here. In a statement posted on social media, the group justifies its actions by saying that as people struggling to make ends meet, supermarket chains are using inflation as a pretext to raise prices, all the while making record profits. Well, maybe they're only making record profits because of inflation, and that if you take everything into consideration, cost of living, that it's maybe about the same as what it was 2019, because the price of things keep going up.
Well, that's the challenge. I mean, depending on what your supply chain is and where stuff is coming from and what the value of things were previously, you're seeing dramatic variances in inflation where some will say it's up 12, 14, 15%. Other places it's up 30, 40, 50%. So,
I mean, listen, I feel like the cost of living, it keeps going up, and the bills are...
groceries are far more expensive now than they were just 3 years ago.
It's crazy. It is. I haven't gotten a cost of living adjustment in quite a while. I'm sure other people haven't either. So it's tough. I understand it. I see the group describes Monday's raid as the great food drive in a statement posted on social media. Okay. Quote, a handful of corporations are holding our basic needs hostage, said in a statement posted on their Instagram page. They continue to stifle the population, siphon off as much money as possible simply because they can. For us, that theft and they are the real criminals. I sympathize. If they did in fact do this, there's a Robin Hood-esque kind of quality to this, but
sure.
I don't believe this is the proper way to go about it. But whatever's going on now is also not the proper way. So I don't know. Right? It's interesting.
I would like to know, were these people dressed as Santa and their elves? There is video of this if you want video of it.
Yeah.
It's from a news report, but so you could mute it and just kind of scan through. You'll see where the video is.
Okay.
And there. Let's see. Video starts at 30 seconds in. If you want to skip to that.
Let's see these guys.
But I'm curious, while they were doing this, were they being safe and wearing helmets? Because this is in Quebec. So,
and also, they were not wearing masks. Does the beard act as a mask? And look at all this amazing footage we got of this, but still very little from Brown University. Look at this. So we have all these Santas coming in, and they are taking stuff. And okay, yeah. I bet they're speaking some devil language like French.
Jesus.
Yeah, probably. All right. Well, they're rioting. Is this considered a riot? Food riot almost? Maybe not a food riot, but
not a food riot. No, this is just straight theft because in theory they gave it all away and they just took it over and dropped it off. But even so, it'd be one thing if they were doing a food drive or whatever and they were collecting things or they were working in partnership with the stores to gather food or whatever to give it away. That's great. But the fact they just go in and steal it and then go give it away, not really making that okay.
Yeah. Interesting story. That means 'tis the season. 'Tis the season.
Also, if this works, I'm just gonna start doing it. Yeah, I'm collecting for a food drive. I'm not paying today.
Yeah, I'm robbing. I'm robbing the hood, people. Robbing the hood. We're getting out of here, people. There we go. 2025, people. This is it. Last show 2025. Thank you all for listening live and downloading the show, contributing to the show, and being a part of the overall magic. Thank you. Really appreciate that.
Be a part of the magic.
By the way, did you watch any of our list of Christmas movies?
Not yet. We're going to start watching Christmas movies tomorrow and Monday. But I'm gonna watch White Christmas. I think we decided on that one.
it's racist.
Well, it's the one that I can't recall seeing, or maybe not in its entirety. So I'm going to start with the classics. Probably not going to watch Grinch. But maybe I might have to watch Christmas Story on my own somewhere. Maybe in some closet. And watch it by myself. My wife does not want to see it. She watched it. She's seen it too many times.
What about National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation?
I'd watch it. I don't know if I will put in the DVD, but I would watch it if it was on.
You're saying if you happen to stumble across
If I stumble across it, I'll watch it. Well, if you want to, you can go to OBDMpod.com or ourbigdumbmouth.com. There are links to support the show. If you want to jump in the Discord, you can go to Patreon. It costs as little as $1 a month. And I'll be posting in there probably up until my time in Portugal, which I'll be leaving a few days after Christmas. And I'll be back probably sometime in January, probably January 9th, right around then.
Not really sure, are you? We may just not come back.
I'll be back. I got a job to go back to, so I gotta
Yeah, but you work remote.
That is true. Yeah.
Woo!
Well, I'm not taking my work computer with me.
Oh. And you have all those chickens and goats out there.
Yeah, and I'm sure our neighbors only want to take care of our chickens and goats for so long before they start to become annoying. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Cratchit, and thank you, Joe. If you're out there somewhere, we'll talk to everyone in 2025. Shabla Goo.
And keep watching the skis because Santa's coming, and if you get in front of him, you can get all those presents from him.
Wear a helmet.
We are.
That's not a nice thing to do.
You're not being true.
It's that woo woo. You know what I'm saying?
That's about all. Shablagu. Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.
Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.
Bombshell, bombshell, bombshell.
First day of Jingle Bingle, OBDM sent to me a jetpack full of feces. Second day of Jingle Bingle, OBDM sent to me 2 black helicopters and a jetpack full of feces. Third day of Jingle Bingle, OBDM sent to me 3 UFOs, 2 black helicopters and a jetpack full of feces. Fourth day of Jingle Bingle, OBDM sent to me 4 Ohio grassmen, 3 UFOs, 2 black helicopters and a jetpack full of feces. Fifth day of Jingle Bingle, OBDM sent to me 5 aliens, 4 Ohio grassmen, 3 UFOs, 2 black helicopters and a jetpack full of feces. Sixth day of Jingle Bingle, OBDM sent to me 6 portals opening, 5 aliens, 4 Ohio grassmen, 3 UFOs, 2 black helicopters and a jetpack full of feces. Seventh day of Jingle Bingle, OBDM sent to me 7 Bigfoots watching, 6 portals opening, 5 aliens, 4 Ohio grassmen, 3 UFOs, 2 black helicopters and a jetpack full of feces. Ninth day of Jingle Bingle, OBDM sent to me 8 lottery tickets, 7 Bigfoots watching, 6 portals opening, 5 aliens, 4 Ohio grassmen, 3 UFOs, 2 black helicopters and a jetpack full of feces. Ninth day of jingle bingle, OBDM sent to me. 9 Mothman flying, 8 lottery tickets, 7 Bigfoots watching, 6 portals opening, 5 aliens, 4 Ohio grassmen, 3 UFOs, 2 black helicopters, and a jetpack full of feces. 10th day of jingle bingle, OBDM sent to me. 10 chickens milking, 9 Mothman flying, 8 lottery tickets, 7 Bigfoots watching, 6 portals opening, 5 aliens, 4 Ohio grassmen, 3 UFOs, 2 black helicopters, and a jetpack full of feces. Day of jingle bingle, OBDM sent to me. 11 walkers skinning, 10 chickens milking, 9 Mothman flying, 8 lottery tickets, 7 Bigfoots watching, 6 portals opening, 5 aliens, 4 Ohio grassmen, 3 UFOs, 2 black helicopters, and a jetpack full of feces. 11th day of jingle bingle, OBDM sent to me. 12 drums of space, 11 walkers skinning, 10 chickens milking, 9 Mothman flying, 8 lottery tickets, 7 Bigfoots watching, 6 portals opening, 5 aliens, 4 Ohio grassmen, 3 UFOs, 2 black helicopters, and a jetpack full of feces.